This is Spoken by Elswith, a Femdom Hypnosis podcast, Season 4. So, I suspect it might be the title that caught your attention. We are going to talk about why do guys always fall asleep after orgasm. But today, I'm also going to tell you about a new session that's available in the shop. And also try a little experiment with hypnotic suggestion. So that means, you're gonna need a private spot at some point. I'm going to ask you to send me a message about how you experienced today's podcast. But first, let's dig into that inbox. Now first, I'm gonna have a little bit of a brag. I think that a certain someone that we'll call R was moved by my short absence and moved even more by my return. We'll keep some of that conversation private. But I now am the happy owner of that limited edition Nintendo Switch, the fancy one with the gold controllers and the Triforce insignia. Now, I'm guessing the majority of you probably know what that refers to. I haven't played a Zelda game in quite a while, I have to say. Before you start getting ideas, the whole "it's dangerous to go alone, take this," it wasn't new when I played it. But I just mean to illustrate, I have not even come close to keeping up with this series. A lot of the people who are in my social group, they could basically be the mods for like the Patient Gamers subreddit, and so it is very typical for old consoles and games and this and that to be floating around and played with often. Plus, all of those retro gaming cafes and things, they are very popular in most of the cities around me. So anyway, I know that there is a new installment, of course, of Zelda coming soon. I promise I'm not going to disappear until like July when I get a copy of it. I have too many other fun things that I want to share with you all. And to my dear R, I'm very grateful for this tribute, this display of affection and devotion. You can keep them coming, of course. And for those of you wondering how R was the perfect mind reader, I'll give away a bit of a secret. I do have a wish list that is on the Spoken by Elswith website. I believe there may be a link as well in the podcast session notes too, just if you're curious. I've had several bits of communication from a listener, Jay, who struggles with knowing if he's trancing, dreaming, or somewhere in between when listening to hypnosis sessions. And not just my work, so I'm certain that his issue isn't merely that he finds me boring. Jay also reports bouts of amnesia following most hypnotic experiences. In my back and forth with Jay, we reflected together on how sessions that seek out orgasm are especially good at making him drift off and forget what he was doing moments ago. So, I thought that it would be good to know why that post-release haze so often leads to a cozy nap. And now that I know the answer, I want to share it with you. The answer, like so many things, is mostly in hormones. The main one you're being flooded with is called prolactin, and it's also present while you're asleep. In combination with melatonin and the love hormone, also known as oxytocin, your brain simply feels that it's supposed to be going to sleep. And the other half of the answer is that sleep after sex it is a function of exertion. You've worked so hard, dear. You've used up all those happy blood sugars, and now you need a nap or a banana. I don't have any ideas for dealing with Jay's amnesia. Maybe you have some thoughts. I also am going to take a moment to talk about deep repetition. If I were to read out all the initials of everyone who reached out about those sessions, I'd have well over half the alphabet. I just want to assure anyone that I didn't reply to that I'm excited to release more of these sessions soon. It's likely going to be next week. Something for obedience, bondage, and teasing you about the size of a certain appendage. Because some of you like that. I don't even care if it's generously proportioned. In my experience, even the most gifted guys get squirmy if you tell them that it's small and cute. If there's more that you want to hear from deep repetition, just put your polite request in a short, sweet note, and I will consider it. Now, as you know, only the sessions tame enough for YouTube and the podcast make it on here. The spicier stuff is always on the website. Whether it's free or for a small fee, it's always there because we don't really want to get banned, do we? Now, the session that I'm releasing today, it is not one of those tame sessions. And that's why we are going to play with trance in a little bit by doing a type of hypnotic game, but the long session going out this week, that one is on the website. It's a pretty straightforward HFO style session that encourages release. It toys with the idea and experience of different phases of sleep, and it helps you experience sleep paralysis. And it ends with counting you down further to sleep in that post-orgasm haze. It also really excited me as I was writing it, and I think that's neatly reflected. Yeah, I know that's definitely reflected in the words in the session. Can't say any more about that here. I would definitely need a bit more colorful language. So some of the things that led to that session being made, and it was brilliantly easy thanks to some of this inspiration, is that I'm always getting nice messages about the 15-minute sleep session. It's the one you can easily find on the website or on YouTube. I will try to remember to put a link to that. Second, I'm also knee-deep in a longer, super secret sleep hypnosis project. Do you ever have something huge that you need to do? Something so enormous that it's tempting to pick out an even easier project, complete it in a manageable amount of time, and just enjoy that dopamine win? You could say it's a form of procrastination. It's not quite as bad as just playing Nintendo games all day and night, though, right? It's still productive. Anyway, the new session, it is called Orgasm Before Sleep. It is a fractional state type of session, which I know quite a few of you really love. But all of that out of the way, I promised you an experiment, right? Are you ready? If you can't give me all of your attention right now, it's really okay to come back later. I insist you roll all the way back to the start of this episode when you have shed any distractions and listen again. Having a bit of that talking in time, it does help you get into a better state of trance. Okay, Peeta, I'm going to scroll. Because now is the perfect time. Pour yourself into a chair or somewhere else comfortable. It's the perfect time to pay attention to my voice, to know that it's safe for you to go under, to go into trance right now and listen to my suggestions. This is an auditory experience. That's how you're so good at hypnosis, because you're good at listening to my suggestions. Here's one. Think about the taste of freshly squeezed orange juice. Oh, it's okay if you don't like OJ that much. I want you to focus on two aspects of it. First, the sweetness, and that must be at least a little pleasing, even alone. What else is sweet that you do enjoy on your tongue? A spoonful of honey? The other aspect I want you to consider is that tangy, refreshing feeling that this sort of fresh, cold juice brings with it. It's making your mouth water a little, I'm sure. Swallow deep right now. And again. Wash it down and away. Good. Now, next, imagine having woken up just a short time ago. Imagine standing in front of the bathroom mirror. My bathroom mirror. Do you know why that's important? Because you might have toothpaste that tastes of baking soda or licorice. But here, in my bathroom, there's just the cool, white, minty stuff on offer. Once again, consider the refreshing aspect of this new minty flavor. You can know the similarity of the effect, in spite of the completely different taste. Experience the spreading through your mouth, over your teeth and tongue, as the toothbrush reaches for every spot. This isn't that same sweet flavor you had before, though. So allow yourself to experience that mintiness. You might associate the taste with gum, or might typically pair it with chocolate. However your mind allows you to create this minty flavor, experience it fully. If it helps to look into the mirror, picture yourself brushing your teeth for the requisite 2 minutes. Then do that. And now, take another sip of that orange juice, dear. Oh, everyone's experienced this once in their life. For most, it's a lesson we only need to learn once. Now you're getting a chemistry lesson, because in my toothpaste is a foaming agent. The exact same stuff that makes most body wash, shampoo, and such, work into a lather. It does the same for toothpaste. And it screws around with your ability to detect sweetness, meaning that your orange juice is perfumed and bitter without rewarding you for ingesting that energy-granting fructose. Poor dear. I almost hope my little trick wasn't too effective. You have my permission to shrug your shoulders and shake off the vestiges of trance that your mind might have let you slip into from listening to me. Be awake and be ready to get on with your day when this time together ends. And hey, thank you for letting me experiment on you. Let me know which of these flavor sensations had the greatest, or indeed any, effect on you. And maybe we will play around like this again more soon. Now, before I say goodbye for today, I want you to remember to go over to the website and check out that orgasm before sleep session. I know that you want to know which parts I especially loved including in there for you. Well, for us.